remember when I started at Sotheby's nearly 30 years ago that there were a group of near mythic collectors based in London. Ralph Goldenberg was one of them. His name had a kind of status of great respect, and I couldn't wait to get into the house in London, not far from Sotheby's, which was his sanctuary to this extraordinary collection.
He opened up a door into an environment that was unlike anything I'd ever seen. The way he chose to project his vision within the space was so confident and at the same time very inviting.
He wanted to balance the best of the American avant-garde, both directly pre-war and post-war, together with some of the European artists that he perhaps became more familiarized with as he lived in London and worked with gallerists like Anthony Dolfo Gallery.
When Ralph Goldenberg started collecting, it was in the 1970s, and he was working at the Chicago Board of Trade, and he became closer with the gallery scene in Chicago. And it's actually from there that some of the earliest acquisitions stem. So, for example, fantastic work on paper by Jean Dubuffet, amazing painting by Gerhard, and these works were acquired at the very beginning of his collecting journey. We have this whole story that's built up over 5 decades and really brings the collection to life.
He very comfortably created conversations between different periods, different types of artists, the YBAs with the minimalist Americans, and then embraced Italian post-war art in a way that nobody else really did. His passion for the pieces, the artists, the context, the relationship between the works was unparalleled.
It's really interesting to look at the way in which he collected and how that evolved. At the beginning, he was really focused on abstract expressionism, and then he moves and turns his eye more to minimalism. He's really discovered the importance of process within this minimalist art movement. Goldenberg had a very scholarly eye. He really knew what he was looking at.
He spent so much time studying it, but he was able to share it in a really exciting way. Ralph was very playful. Everything was fun and wasn't meant to be just academic.
He received letters from some of the most important curators worldwide, including Nicholas Sirota, Ralph Rugel, Rudi Fuchs, who requested to loan these works into exhibitions. There's a Tracy Emin work which was requested for inclusion in the Venice Biennale in 2007.
So where Ralph's genius really came in as a curator of his own collection was to bring in different media. He had his own vision. It was very personal.
When looking at the collection and visiting Ralph Goldenberg's home, there was a really strong sense of his understanding of how works work within a space, and it's how we landed on the primary structures as the designation for how we wanted to position his vision.